Hello everyone, this is the Mind of Lilith and welcome to another open mind intuitive tarot message for the collective. I'm going to focus on today's energies, general energies for my audience. Before I started this reading, I began to hear Toni Braxton's song with Babyface, Boomerang. I will give you my heart, I will always be true, I will love you forever. If I just make love to you. Tony's a Libra, baby's an Aries. We'll see. Spirit guides, what's going on? What is the general message for the collective for the next 24 to 48 hours? The kiss. Interesting. I will give you my heart, baby. I will always be true to you. Two people holding hands. Okay, so love is on your mind. You may meet someone, or you're with someone that you're thinking about this morning, or the ocean. Oceans for me represent hidden opportunities, emotional largesse, emotional abundance. Neptune, Pisces, Venus in Pisces. Venus is currently exalted in the sign of Pisces. Lots and lots and lots of love, an ocean of love here. That may or may not be hidden depending on your situation. So you may know this person or you're going to meet this person. And there's a lot of love here. I will love you forever. There could be Pisces energy. Pisces, we have a crescent moon. The moon is currently in the sign of Virgo. Virgo Pisces, that's an opposition. Hold on. The sun is not in Pisces. The sun is in Aries. We have Neptune in Aries, which is Neptune Sun conjunction is very romantic, very idyllic, very dreamy. So this could be a Libra Aries situation or Virgo Pisces situation. Libra Aries, Virgo Pisces. I need some key words for this message. The kiss and the ocean. This is a lot of love. You see they're holding hands? This is someone trying to manifest this person, or they're meeting them. They've manifested them, but they're on their way, or they're already here. But this is like, I would say this is something divine. I hate using that word for relationships because then people think that God is supposed to do the work for them. It's not about you. It's not about that. But it's like a really spiritual, deep connection that's filled with love, but also lots of secrets, a lot of hidden things, very Neptunian here, fantasy oriented or fantasy based. Make sure that you're grounded. We have moon and Neptune energy, or moon and Jupiter, moon and Pisces, extremely dreamy, very creative and imaginative. Just my dream guy, my dream girl. You may be imagining them, visualizing them, encountering them, or you're with them currently. Keywords for the collective. I will give you my heart. I will always be true. I will love you forever. You guys may have spent the night together and made promises based on that. Now, I'm not the most romantic person, so, you know. Bounce. Gratitude. Be happy. Grateful. Great attitude. Life can't keep you down. Bounce back. You're feeling better. This is an Easter bunny. Fertility. Be careful that you don't end up pregnant, because the ocean could also represent fertility. All the moon, all the water signs are fertility energies. Cancer especially. You guys may be a Pisces, sun, moon, or rising sign, or an Aries. Again, Pisces or Aries again. That's popping up. You guys may end up pregnant for this connection. One more, please. One more card for the collective. Now, with the moon being in this crescent, it's either waxing or waning, depending on your perspective about this. Just be careful that you're not projecting fantasies onto this person based on what you want, because I'm not seeing a lot of grounding energy here. Yes, there's a horizon line, but I don't see trees, I don't see a ground, I don't see the ocean floor. I just see what is that, black pearl? I don't know what that is. It looks like an eyeball. Yeah, I don't see a lot of grounded energy here. I mean, the person's their feet are not on the ground. This is like a really romantic feeling, really idealistic, hopeful, like happy to see this person. It's very infatuation like. Don't get pregnant off an infatuation. Don't make commitments off of infatuation. We have white, fresh mindset, the Fool, playful, keep an open mind, be flexible and adaptive, innocence, new beginner mindset. Right. So this is a burgeoning relationship. So you may not know this person enough to make a determination about whether or not they are commitment material. You're very optimistic and open to them. I'm not saying be cynical and negative. I'm saying that you may be idealizing them. Now, this person's sitting on the ground. They're grounded, right? This baby, this child. But this is still a child, which is like naivete, a lack of experience, keeping an open mind, which is not a bad thing. But make sure your mind isn't so open that your brain falls out, meaning your common sense and discernment is sacrificed for the sake of fantasy and romance. Make sure that doesn't happen, okay? Because there's something about this that's obscure. I don't know what it is, but there's an obscurity here with this ocean and the kiss card. Yes, these cards are in the sunlight, but I don't know, I'm getting obscurity. Either this person's intentions are obscure, or you don't know who they are fully, or there could be hidden things that you don't know about that could affect this relationship. I don't know. But Spirit Guides, give me some more insight about this relationship for the collective, about this message. Thank you very much for your guidance, Archangel Gabriel. Ancestors, divine messengers, thank you very much. What's going on here? I'm going to give advice for the collective for their highest good. Okay? I want them to be happy. I want them to be free. I want them to have love in their life. I want them to have prosperity and abundance and stability and good fortune. Someone's bouncing back from being grounded, being set down. You could be meeting this person after a long period of solitude, being single. Chariot card, destined and fated. King of Pentacles. Sorry, Knight of Pentacles. Virgo energy. Interesting. So this person's either coming towards you or they're close. It's close. This is Virgo and Cancer. They could have that energy in their chart. The opposite of Virgo is Pisces. The opposite of Cancer is Capricorn. So the Knight of Pentacles is like a patient energy. Patient, calm, responsible, practical. This Earth is here. That's what I want you guys to focus on. Are you compatible on a day-to-day? So can you go from the 5th house of like the initial meeting, romance, fantasy, going to dinner, date, sex, and whatever? Can you go from that to the 6th house? Do we have compatible lifestyles? Right? And you may find that you do. We'll see with the Knight of Pentacles here, which is a good sign. Page of Pentacles. Okay. Oh, brother. This is what I don't like. I don't like when the energies decline. I'd rather see a knight to a king or knight to an emperor. Something about this is not, and I mentioned something is hidden here. I don't know what's hidden. But how do we go from the knight to the page? It's like a losing interest, dissipating energy, going from we're working on this together to We'll see how this goes. Let's start over. We'll see if I'm incorrect about this. Ace of Swords, a whole new beginning. 10 to the 1. Okay, so this could be a transition to full card. Are you manifesting this person after a breakup or loss? You could have been dating somebody for a long time. This person took forever to commit to you. You broke up with them. And now someone new is on their way. The Fool card and the Ace of Swords. I think that's what it is. I think this is the past. In the past, you moved on from a Virgo who did not commit to you. Initially, they showed you interest. They showed you commitment. They showed you they had the intention of committing to you. But for some reason, their interest waned. And you've been single for a while. They betrayed you. You broke up with them. Now you're bouncing back. You could be meeting someone new who tickles your fancy. Ace of Wands and Fool card. Someone who's worth risking your pride, your stability, your peace for. Because you're at peace right now. You're chilling. You've healed from this situation. So someone could be coming in now that you think is worth the risk. Clarify the Chariot and the Knight of Pentacles. Because you dealt with someone who pretended to want to commit to you in the past. Or they may have, but then things changed for some reason. And it went from... they started to lose interest when they got what they wanted, I guess. Or over time, they were wasting your time for a long period of time. They didn't want to commit to you, but they strung you along. Star card, healing energy, 10 of Cups. Set right. They had you waiting for a long time, and then they end up cheating on you. Or leaving you for somebody else. Page of Cups. I'm sorry. We go from this. It's like this person made plans to marry you or commit to you, and then it ended up being a dud. They went from 10 to 3, having an affair, cheating on you. Because it's like, okay, you were with them for 3, 4, 5, I don't know, years. In the beginning, they seemed so gung-ho and like really invested in this. And then as time progressed, they lost interest and they cheated. 10 of Swords. Clarify the Page of Pentacles and the 10 of Swords, please. They apologize for that. I'm sorry for what I did, but I think you've healed from that situation. Clarify the Page of Pentacles and the 10 of Swords. You did heal from that with the Star card. I mentioned you did heal, right? You're bouncing back. You were grounded. This person, I don't know. Be careful about infatuation. Clarify the Page of Pentacles and the 10 of Swords. King of Wands and the World card. Okay, it could be a Leo, Sun, Moon, or Rising sign, fire sign potentially. The World card is the end of an old cycle. Ace of Swords and a Fool card. This is done. You've moved on from this person mentally, emotionally, physically, energetically. You're not thinking about them anymore as much as you used to. You felt betrayed for quite a long time, and you were dragging this out. You were dragging this person's energy with you throughout your life, so that kind of repelled potential suitors, and you're moving on from that. You've kind of completely erased them in a sense, moved on from them. You moved on from them. You were also rejecting people because you were bitter about how they wasted your time. It's like, if I can't trust this person who ticked off all the boxes, right? They were kind, they were nurturing, gentle, patient, supportive, and they still betrayed me, something like that, then F it. So somebody was like, forget it. Forget everybody. And then you didn't want to deal with anybody. I think you're going to meet someone who's like an Aries person or someone who's very different from your normal type that will spark your interest. This is what I think you're manifesting, or you manifested this after going through this situation with an earth sign or a fire sign. Clarify the Ace of Swords and the Fool card, please. So you've healed and now you're ready to bounce back. A new relationship. It's like, I guess in your mind you're saying you would not even consider entering another relationship unless you can feel like this unconditional, overwhelming, all-encompassing, life-changing love. Like, you don't want to deal with another person you've had to settle for with the Knight of Pentacles. It's kind of settling energy. It works because it works. Like, why, if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of energy. But you weren't really content with this person. Clap for the Ace of Swords and the Fool card, please. Four of Swords. Took a break. Five of Swords. You did after a long break. Yeah, you didn't want to date anybody else. You did not want to date anybody else because you was like, I can't trust anybody. Now you're getting rid of these swords and I guess taking a leap of faith and changing your perspective, trying to manifest and visualize this. This is still a solitary sword. There aren't two swords here. So we have 8, 12, 13. That's 4 swords resting after strife, reflection, contemplating on your next move, depression potentially, mental anxiety. You're breaking free from whatever this person, however this person affected you. Because they did traumatize you with the 10 of Swords. Because how you go from like, because this is what it is. Like, how you go from this, I want to get married to you and commit to you, and then you're moving quickly and you're moving in together and you're making plans together, to this. Like, what happened? Somebody feels traumatized, like they were blindsided by this person, and then they just said, F it, I don't want to deal with anybody. Now they're prepared to open themselves up again and start over. Clap for the Ace of Swords and the Four of Swords, please, for the collective. Sorry, the Four of Swords and the 8 of Swords. Please clarify. Thank you very much, Spirit Guides, for your support. The Sun card, right? Illumination, enlightenment, a new perspective on things. Leo energy. Ace of Pentacles, new stuff, new beginning, yeah. So I think this is like a seed of manifestation and visualization. The seed is germinating or blooming in some way. Yeah, this is the story. This is like connecting with I would say a soulmate, but a spiritual person, or making a spiritual connection that was ordained by other entities that are not here, you can't see, angels, whatever. You'll feel that. It won't just be an infatuation based on looks and desperation, like I need a man or woman now. No, this will be a very deep cosmic connection, very deep, that almost, let's say, comes from the ocean. This person could be Piscean, but it's mystical. There's a mystical connection with this person, like you knew them before, or you had a dream about them before you met them. With the eye here, there's an iris. Okay, that's what this is. This is an eye pupil, then there's an iris. It's separated. So it's like you saw them before you saw them. They're familiar to you. There could be nodal aspects, conjunctions to the nodes. Sun, moon, ascendant. Especially. Sun, moon, ascendant aspecting the north or the south node. Especially the south node. And especially if Venus is involved. If Venus in the north node is involved, that's a bit sketchy for me. But Venus on the south node is a lot more auspicious for a relationship, in my opinion. There could even be Saturn aspects here too. This is the past life connection that came from the 12th house. Something that is from a past life. The ethers, the oceans of infinity, the invisible kingdom. It was you were together already on the other side. You're together already on the other side, or you were together before, either in a past life, or like your spirit bodies are in connection on the other side. So when you see them, you'll automatically recognize them, and they'll recognize you. It won't be a run or chase or situation or infatuations that goes into like this nonsense here. That's not going to happen with this person. This is not for everybody. This is very rare. Why didn't I clarify this? Clarify the Page of Pentacles and the 10 of Swords, please. The Emperor, an older person. Hangman. Yeah, this person left you hanging. This person wasted your time, and this person was very controlling. This person did not commit to you. They could have been caught up in another relationship, or they were married to somebody else and they didn't want to commit. I don't know what's going on, but whatever this is, it's over. Whatever this person was or what they were to you is done, because they left you hanging. That they breadcrumbed you and were like, I don't know, they didn't make a decision, or their interest waned for some reason. How will this person coming towards the collective feel about them? How will this person who's coming from this ocean and the moon, how would they feel about the collective? Their emotional resonance with them. You can heal me. Coming in hot and heavy. Yes, so be careful. Be friends first with this person. Be friends first. This may start off as a one-night stand and end up turning into something more. They may have the intention of a one-night stand with you, so they may confuse like the emotional connection with a sexual one, and it's not that. It's actually a spiritual connection. So of course, use protection, but I think this person is going to confuse the two. They're going to think that the attraction they have for you is purely physical. They don't understand mystical attractions or chemistry, spiritual ones. And also the physical attraction is to facilitate this connection. If they weren't physically attracted to you, then they would not merge energies with you. So they need to be attracted to you, and they may come at you this way, but at some point it's going to change them, or this situation will change you. It will transform in some way. Clarify the 5 Wands reverse, yeah, and the Queen of Pentacles. Right, they'll stop fighting. This is scaring them. This person is kind of free, Sagittarian energy, free, loose, non-committal. They come in fighting, resisting commitment, and they're not fighting it anymore. They want more commitment. Sagittarius and Capricorn energy. Magician, King of Pentacles, the counterpart. Yep. Divinely, I don't want to say divinely. This is destined to happen. You have what they need. They have what you need. Your purpose together is not just about romance. There's something bigger going on here that you may not be aware of, and you will find out as you continue to date them. But this person you're manifesting or attracting because you've grown or evolved, or just you've gotten rid of, or like purged some old energy off of you. Now they're coming towards you, I guess, for some sort of connection. We'll see if I have another. Let's go to the Romance Angels deck. Like I said, I'm not the most romantic person because I think some romance is corny as hell. The things men do in the name of it just seems corny to me. Because I feel like it's like performance art. Like, I don't know. And I'm not hating, because I've had men who try to be romantic, and I'm like, I can see that I don't know, it's just me. Anyway, stupid. Spirit guys, what's happening with this connection between, how will the collective feel about this person when they meet them? How will the collective feel about this person coming in, or this new person? This is a new relationship. This is new. Ace of Swords, Fool card, new relationship. The World card's here, new relationship. How will the collective feel about this new person that's recently arrived, or that is coming in? How will the collective feel about this individual? And then I'm going to close it out. How will the collective feel about this person? We have children. Your love life is being affected by children. You may want to have children with them. Merge families together. 5th house is being activated. The house of romance, children, sensuality. I mentioned be careful about getting pregnant too soon. Somebody getting pregnant from this connection. It's not a bad thing. It's just, just be prepared. Trust. This situation is called for you to have faith. How does this person feel about How does the person coming in feel about the collective or feel towards the collective? Let's reverse this, guys. Very soon. They're coming in soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. You have to be ready for this because the person's on their way with the Chariot card. Even though the Chariot card was about like the old situation, I feel like this situation, like that old thing could not work because this new thing was on its way. There was an agreement made on the other side with you and this person. I guess you were in communication, and the ex was brought in to bring you to this point, I guess, to lay the groundwork, to till the soil, to help you grow and love yourself more so they can come in. This person's an energetic match to you. They're an energetic match to you on the other side. But in this lifetime, you went through experiences that alter your frequency and they could not align with you from that side. So they had to bring this other person in to help you to heal from whatever issues you had in order to bridge this, in order to broker this connection with them. They're coming in soon though. How will this person feel about the collective once they meet? You're calling your soulmate. Yeah. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. I mentioned someone manifesting this or visualizing this in the beginning. This person is not here yet. You're currently separated from them, or they're on their way soon. But you got to get ready. I don't know what that means. Depends on what you're going through right now. But if this were me, and I'm going to give you advice. I don't give people advice that I don't follow, okay? If this were me, preparation means that make sure that you love yourself enough to accept someone else's love. Make sure that your ideas about love are not informed by social media, by capitalism, by toxic family dynamics. Make sure that you are a fully whole and complete person on your own with your own thoughts, your own ideas, your own beliefs, your own destiny, whatever, before you meet this person. Make sure you love yourself enough not to sabotage this connection. And also make sure you have the discernment to understand what they're going to be going through when they first meet you. They may not, it's not going to be like it could be love at first sight, but they also have other stuff that they've been through in this lifetime that could mess up the connection. So it's not going to be as easy. There's work involved here, but the work is not you being a Build-A-Bear and then the man using you. No, the work is like you guys helping each other to heal so that you can do some work together on this planet. Could even be just having kids, or it doesn't have to be something like huge, being the president of the United States. That's not important. I'm not saying that. It could just be something as simple as having kids together. Like you're going to meet this person and have children with them. That could happen very quickly, actually. Especially if you are Pisces, Sun, Moon, or rising sign. A Cancer, Sun, Moon, or rising sign. An Aries, Sun, Moon, or rising sign. One more, please. Listen, and the angels are here. And I don't like to use that word divine and mystic, because then people start to do too much and their eyes are getting really big and glittery. Oh God, we're destined to be together. I don't like that. I don't know if it's a personal thing. Because it's not that, like, it's like you're putting this person on the pedestal as if there's some entity that was, that happens sometimes, but come on, like, stop. It's like movies, like fantasy. I'm not a big fan of that, but I will say that this is something that's destined to happen, and it's a good thing if you're in a healthy space and you guys had a conversation in the ethers, in the astral realm, in past lives or whatever, where you were going to meet in this lifetime. You were promising to meet each other in this lifetime, but there's certain things that have to be done first. Let me read this, because I just got this deck and I did not read the book because I did not want my interpretations of these cards to be informed by the book. These are archetypes, which represent the subconscious, represents the collective consciousness, and I don't want my collective consciousness to be controlled by or dictated by what the book says. But I want to see if there's some sort of alignment with what I'm picking up on this card, like this divine kiss, a kiss from the astral, the ethers, like an agreement that was made before you guys came into reincarnation, came into meeting. We'll see. I could be wrong. I'm not going to say what I'm hearing right now. Stupid. Listen. This is jokes. Okay, LX. This is the kiss card. La 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 la. Gotta get out of here in a minute. Sensual expressiveness, merging, inviting, merging. We have this card here of the merging. We can't distinguish between male or female, who's who, but we know it's two different hands here. One's the left hand, one's the right hand. Or it's two right hands, I'm sorry. Two right hands are here, or two left hands are here. In this darker manifestation, neediness, pressure, dominance, disrespect. Andy Warhol's 1963 film Kiss. Write down the story of your first kiss. What was changed in that moment? Intimacy is layered, and requires our reflection. Revisit what you consider to be sensual, taboo, acceptable, and shameful. Okay, the kiss. Before a first kiss. Before you meet, you've met already. Before you meet in person, you've met on the other side. Before a first kiss, the air is electrified. The astral realm. It's like, okay, we have electromagnetic energy. We have electricity and magnetism in our aura. Those two combine to create a force field around us, or I guess our aura in a sense. There's already that part of you is already communicating with this person. Your frequency is already matched to them or talking to them on the other side. As a matter of fact, before you were born, you were talking to this person. You knew each other from the other side. Yeah, we're going to do this, you're going to meet this person, they're going to do this to you, and then I'll come in after, something like that. It was a conversation. Each breath is alive with possibility and magic. What will their lips be like? Their tongue. Do they want me in return? The archetypal energy of the kiss is a heightened sensation of merging with other, of letting in what was moments ago separate, of letting in now what was moments ago separate. Star card going to, the North Node, this chariot going to the star. This is a celestial situation. As we all are. Yes, we all did it. But this is something that's extremely interesting. This chariot is going toward the star. You had to go through your exes to get to this point. All right. Two become one. It is risky but beautiful business. These moments forever change as we move past the solitary self towards union and acceptance. And I mentioned that you guys were alone for a while, single for a long time. 4 of Swords, 10 of Swords, 8 of Swords. You didn't want to deal with anybody. You had to heal from whatever this ex situation did to you. They betrayed you, I guess. This card suggests that true intimacy, the ocean, intimacy, a merging of the soul and the self, the subconscious and the conscious, of the spirit realm and the material realm, 5th or 4th and 3rd dimension. What was in the ethers is coming to reality. It's almost like you dreamed this person up, but they were here chilling, living life, but you dreamed them up. This could be your dream guys. Please, again, use your discernment. I'm using these words because they're like, they make sense. But yeah, this could be somebody who you really like. There's a spiritual connection here. There has to be nodal aspects between you guys. South node especially. This card suggests true intimacies around the corner, which requires bravery and surrender. Death. And the Four of Swords. When the kiss takes a non-human form. Did I mention earlier, before I go on, I mentioned bravery and surrender, and I said that with the Fool card, this person, you like them enough to take a risk, to not be afraid of being vulnerable or getting hurt again. That's how much you like this person. I don't know who they are. I can't see them. You may have dreamed about them or felt them coming before this all even happened. Okay. When the kiss takes a non-human form. I did not read this book. This person is from a different dimension, I guess. But don't put him on a pedestal, okay? Don't do that. When the kiss takes a non-human form, it may be experienced as touching the sacred. Touching the sacred, a very sacred connection. This is a past life, or this is, I don't know, this is destined. You had to meet this person. Hearing a whisper or being graced by a divine being. I'm using divinity, and I don't like using that word, but I'm not, okay, listen. Let me be honest. This person may be what I call, and y'all gonna be offended by this word. Don't be offended, but it is the ultimate nigga. If you're a female, the ultimate warrior, the ultimate, like, this is it. This person ticks off all of the boxes on every level for you. But don't lose yourself because of that, okay? Appreciate them for their greatness, whatever that greatness looks like. I don't know what it is, but appreciate them for that. And you have to know what greatness looks like. That's why I'm giving disclaimers here, because a lot of us may think that every guy has this potential, and that's not true. Every guy is not a divine counterpart. So if you've gone through the process of healing, you would know what that feels like and what it looks like. And it ain't toxicity. It's not you running after them trying to prove. That's not what it is. This person was conjured up by you. It wasn't even you didn't make them. You just called them in because you're ready for them. At first, you weren't calling in your soulmate. You were just letting it happen. Like, people were coming to you and you would say, oh, that's cute, and that's it. You weren't trying to. You weren't using intention. You weren't dating intentionally, and you weren't manifesting intentionally. You just wanted to be loved and in a relationship. I want a relationship. I don't want to be single. That's not specific enough. At some point, you became more specific, and now you've conjured up this person who has all of the qualities of a person that you would consider to be like a divine partner. This is after a lifetime of many years of dealing with raggedy people. This is the ultimate warrior here. I don't know who this is, but hopefully you guys have learned enough on your journey not to confuse this ultimate warrior with a dud who's imitating this. Because when you meet someone who's a divine counterpart, there are hater entities, including people, who will try to F up your situation. So before you meet this person, or when you're with this person, you may also encounter a temptation that could sabotage the relationship. Be careful not to fall for that, okay? Because you got to protect the situation. This requires protection. But there is protection here because this person knows you. They made a pact or contract with you before they incarnated. Okay. You will recognize the presence of the kiss by cold chills and an awakening of it cut off. Oh, the heart. What the hell? And an awakening of the heart. Right. By cold chills and awakening. Yeah, your heart was shut down. You were, I'm gonna say bitter, but you were in a rough state. Four of Swords. I don't want to hear SHIT from nobody. Don't talk to me. Leave me alone. I don't trust nobody. Death card, Ten of Swords. If I can't trust this person who looked like, they were a good partner, then I can't trust nobody. Something like that. The Ocean, then I'm done. 35. Some of you guys could be 35, over the age of 60, over the age of 35. Yeah, over the age of 60. Wow. That's crazy. This is not for a young person, from what I'm gathering, because with the Ten of Swords, that's and the World card, that's someone who's going through a Saturn cycle. This is over the age of 30. That's why there's a sense of hopelessness here and frustration, because when you're young and you get your heart broken, you're more optimistic about certain things. But then you get older, it's like, you know what? I'm good. And you mean that for real. You really mean I'm good. But then, I don't know. Listen, if this is y'all's story, I'm so happy for you guys. Even though I'm not the most romantic person, I love seeing people in love when they really are in love, not when they're in infatuation and lust. I don't like seeing that because I can see through it, okay? And it's irritating. When people are really, really in love, it warms my heart and soul. I don't like the infatuation stuff because that's when the fake romance comes in and the flowers and the performative mess. That's for someone who's pretending, in my opinion, who's trying to put on a show. I'm not good with that. But when it's genuine love and you can feel it and you can see it and you can hear it, and it's like, you can't help but to be like, oh my God, this is so cute. So yeah, I like seeing that, but I don't like the romance part. I'm sorry. Stupid. Anyway, so we have, what was this? 35. The Ocean. Deeper than deep. Deeper than deep. This is beyond the third dimension and the subconscious. This is not even the subconscious. This is a whole different astral realm that you have contact with. All right. Okay, guys. Big dreams, discovery, a big love. When dark, subsumed, drowned, polluted, and unpredictable. Go deeper. Shakespeare's The Tempest, Gary Cult, The Raft of Medusa. The Raft? What's a raft? The Raft of Medusa. R-A-F-T, not W-R-A-T-H. Raft of Medusa. I think you were at this subsumed, drowned, polluted state before you elevated in consciousness. Because we see here, deeper than deep, the big dream. That's above, I guess it's above the horizon. And then below is like drama. This is like the solar system, outer space, the astral realm. And this is the ocean, which is a mirror of the astral realm in a sense, in physical form. So yeah, you were here first, like just messed up, right? Depressed, didn't trust nobody, damaged. And then you've elevated yourself. You've risen your frequency. You raised your frequency. And now you're here. All right. Study waves. Touch their surface. Get in the water no matter where you live. Each drop is part of the whole. The ocean is in every tear. Okay. The unconscious, the depths, the incomprehensible. This doesn't make sense. It's like this person, you can meet them by a body of water, or you could connect with them while you're taking a bath, something like that, in water. Water is like the medium for communication for some reason. The power of the ocean is unmatched. There could be water, sun, moon, ascendant involved in this. Water ascendants, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpios. South node, north node, water. The power of the ocean is unmatched. To step into this south node, north node, and the 4th, 8th, 12th houses. This person has 12th house connections to you, 4th or 8th houses, or the nodes. The power of the ocean is unmatched. To step into its salty waters is to step into the unknown. By its sheer volume, the ocean represents the unconscious, all that is beyond our understanding. We cannot live within the ocean. We cannot claim it. Neptune energy. manage it, or own it. It rejects our every attempt to dominate nature. Yet, amid its overwhelming power, it calls to us. You can't control love, and you try to do that out of fear. Knight of Pentacles. Let me get with somebody who's safe, right? You don't want to control this person. I mentioned grounding energy, the earth, which is about control too, practical situations. This is an impractical relationship. It doesn't make sense how you met or why you're together. I don't know. Yet, amid its overwhelming power, it calls to us, inspires us, and invigorates our life on land. It dissolves the little us into the big us, letting go of your ego, the Fool card. When the energy of the ocean is present, there is change stirring that is beyond any change you've known before. Calling in your soulmate very soon. Star in the Chariot. This person's coming in like quickly. The World card and the Fool card. You've ended some sort of cycle, a long cycle. The ego must dissolve. 12th house energy. Death of the ego, right? I love you enough to look vulnerable for you, or to lose, or to sacrifice my pride for you, or to stop being afraid, something like that. The saline swells work on your very cells, your fibers, your deepest underlying beliefs. Like Aphrodite, we rise from the ocean's froth, a new being. Life is change. Let the wave crash. This person, you've become a new person, and now you're attracting this old situation. This is an arrangement or agreement that was made before you incarnated in this lifetime. Let me get one more. I'm going to do a dice to see like the nature of this connection and what's going on here. And then I'm going to call it a day because I have to get to work. I will give you my heart. I will always be true. I will love you forever. If I just make love to you, something like that. Boomerang. That's the movie that this was played in. This could be Leo and Aries. Something coming back to you. Energy boomeranging. What you're putting out is coming back. It's almost like a homing echolocation, calling out for this energy, and it's coming back. Like, oh God, I want to meet my love soulmate. Please bring him to me. And then that is returned to you. Well, it works, apparently. Whatever you're doing, it's working. What planet represents the energies of this connection? And I'm going to close it out. What planetary energies represent the dynamics of this connection? Mars. Mars is currently in Cancer. Mars is in debilitation in Cancer. Mars is about sexuality, fertility. Mars, interesting. Conflict, fighting, initiating something new. Mars in what? I'm thinking it's going to be Jupiter, Neptune. This is Mars. Cutting through something. This relationship is going to change you. There's a lot of... I don't think it's a negative change. This person could reinvigorate you, inspire you, bring you back to life, make you more confident, more assertive. Especially if you're like a Pisces, someone rising, or you have a lot of water in your chart. This is a man, Mars. Let me get into the planet. Mars aspecting, or let's see what other dice I have here. I have two houses. I gotta get my other planetary dice out. Mars in what sign? Spirit guides, what's going on? Mars in what sign? Mars in Virgo. This person could have Mars in Virgo. You could have Mars in Virgo, Mars in the 6th house. There could be Mars 6th house synastry between you guys. In the composite chart, also Mars in the 6th, or Mars in conjunct Virgo, square Virgo, aspecting Virgo. Mars in Virgo is looking before you leap, Okay, be careful not to be so picky or finicky with this person too. Some of you guys are like really picky or finicky. You nitpick people. It's irritating. Don't do that with this person. You get Mars in the third house, which is Virgo. You get Virgo in the third house with Mars. What am I saying? Third house is communication. Nitpicky energy, like always nagging and dissatisfied and just angry. And watch your mouth. Watch your mouth, this person. Get one more card, one more number, please. One more house placement. The 10th house of career. Career, social status. The 10th house is the house for Virgos, is Gemini, sun, moon, and rising signs. This could be a Gemini person you're meeting, or you could be a Gemini. This person could have Mars in the 10th house. It could have a Gemini ascendant. Mars in the 10th, somebody's very successful at their career. This could be a writer, a public speaker, an analyst. Virgo is the sign of diet, health, nutrition, physical trainer, military, potentially. Mars in the 10th. Someone who uses their body. It's a health nut. Sometimes Mars and Virgo can manifest as like OCD, being very particular about your health to an obsessive extent. This could be like a nutritionist, healthful person, a workout person, somebody who is on social media. They're popular, 10th house, or they're well known. A man with a Virgo in a 10th house, or who's Virgoan in nature. His sun can be in the 10th house, or he could have a 10th house midheaven. A Virgo midheaven. So yeah, I mean, that's interesting. Mars and Virgo in the 10th house. I'm just zoning out right now, but this is a good message overall, right? And right now, the South Node is in Virgo, which is going to be making an eclipse to this person's 10th house. This person may go through a career change, or you may go through a career change that shifts them in your direction by happenstance. By happenstance. Mars is about like a career. Mars in the 10th is a career change too, or career ambitions. Someone who's known for like health, nursing, doctor, organizer, but also very picky, finicky, very particular. This person knows what they want. They're very critical, or you are like this, like super critical to the point where like of being a perfectionist. They're perfectionists at what they do. They don't play games when it comes to their career. They're an expert at what they do. They expect high competence levels, high performance levels. They're hard on themselves. They're hard on other people. They have Pisces in the 4th house. Pisces in the 4th house could be a Sag rising. Sag rising, Gemini rising, potentially. Sagittarius is would be the 10th house, not Gemini. Why is it? It doesn't matter, because the 10th and the 4th are polarity points for each other, so they're interchangeable. From what I've noticed, as an astrologer, that it doesn't. Whatever's happening in the 10th is going to affect the 4th, and vice versa. So this could be a Gemini person or mutable sign. Gemini, Pisces, Virgo, or Sagittarius is going through the situation. You can meet a person with these placements, or you are that person. But this is a connection that was like manifested. You brought them in. Well, they were already waiting for you. They were getting ready to hang out with you anyway. But you had to go through some stuff with exes to learn how to love yourself, to learn how to be more responsible, to learn how to be more appreciative or understanding, something like that. Self-love is important here. So that's a good thing. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for listening. I look forward to your feedback. Please like, share, subscribe, and I'll speak to you soon.